Alright, so there it is. It's all welded in place. Like I said, I wasn't going to fully perimeter weld the entire brace. I just welded up both ends of the brace and then just put a couple stitch welds. I wanted to make sure that I got some stitch welds right in here, right where the crack was, to kind of put some weld on this side of the crack and on this side of the crack. So this is all finished. Come over here and show you the other side. It's all finished, and now I gotta go and see if I have any more of this olive drab paint on hand. Quite frankly, if I don't, then I'll just I probably got some flat black, same flat black I used on parts like this engine bracket, and I'll just spray it with that. So we'll let this cool down and I'll go see if I got any more paint. And there, the repair's all finished. I was lucky, I had just barely enough of this olive drab paint left over to cover this area, and also down under here where I added some new welds. So anyway, this is done. I'm kind of bummed out. It's still going to be 2 days before I get my rear wheel back, because this thing's ready to get put back together and go for a ride. So it really helps to have the back wheel on there when I'm putting the engine in and stuff, but I may give it a try and get some of it put back together, so that when I do get the wheel back, all I got to do is put the rim strip, the tube, and the tire back on it, bolt it on, bolt the chain on, and take it for a spin. So anyway, I'll see if I can work with it as it is and get that engine put back in place. Here's the clutch for the bike, and this is a Hilliard clutch, H-I-L-L-A-R-D, I believe. And I just wanted to show you something that's really kind of pissed me off. The little keyway that's actually cast into the part of this hub here, the little keyway broke out of this thing. Kind of fits in there like that, but of course you see it's broken. Let's see if, I don't know if that'll focus in very well. But yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I don't know if this is cast iron or cast steel. I could always try and put a couple little spot welds on the ends here to try and hold it in place. But nonetheless, I'm open to comments if anybody's ever had this problem before with a Hilliard centrifugal clutch or any other centrifugal clutch. Yeah, it's really kind of got me bummed out. I hope I don't have to go buy another one. They're like 45 bucks. So I'll see what I can do with this. Maybe I can tack weld it back in place. Certainly won't be a permanent fix. You can see right there it cracked. Yeah, it won't be a permanent, super permanent fix, but maybe it'll do something. So anyway, if anybody's got any information on this, I'd love to hear about it. See if you've had the same problem as I had. Well, I figured since I got the engine out of the bike, now's a pretty good time to do an oil change, since I can do it pretty easily. Just set it right on top of the catch can and get all that oil out of there. This oil probably has probably about 3 hours of run time. I'm just going to refill it with more conventional, and then later on I'll switch over to synthetic. I would still consider this engine to be in the break-in period. So, but one thing I wanted to point out, this is the little drain plug that's on the front of the engine. This, at least on my engine, was on there pretty snug. So don't use an adjustable crescent wrench to try and get this off. It takes a 10mm wrench, and just put that on there. And I even gave it a few little light taps with a hammer just to get it just to loosen it up. But like I said, it's on there pretty tight, and you can booger this head up pretty quickly using an adjustable wrench. So use a 10mm box wrench. Alright, a couple of quick little updates. I got the bike all put back together. I got my wheel back from the shop. They got it all nice and trued up. I went and put a new tire on there. It's skinnier than the other tire I had before. I had matching front and rear, and so the other rear tire looked like this, except it was really, really worn out. It was down to the cords. So I replaced it with a new tire, and this one's actually a little skinnier because I was having some rubbing issues right down in this area, and it was real hard to get the wheel on and off because the tire was so fat. I would have to deflate the tire to get it shoved forward enough to get it unhooked from the chain stays. And so anyway, we're ready to do a little bit more work on this. Alright, as you saw a little earlier, my old clutch was the keyway broke. The cast-in keyway broke out, so I ordered this new one online. I think paid about 35 bucks with shipping to get it here. This one is a brand called Max Torque, and I already like it better because it doesn't have a cast-in keyway in the hub. It comes with its own separate little key and set screws, and just like the sprockets, it has two little set screw ports. So already I like it better than the other one because, you know, the little cast-in keyway can't break off. This one's, as you can see, it's not two, I mean, it is two pieces like the other one, but they don't separate that easily. There's a little snap ring right here to separate the two, but that's, I don't have a problem with that. So anyway, we'll get this bolted onto the bike. Okay, so I'm ready to come in here and install my new clutch. And what I'll try and show you, there's the keyway. Well, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but the keyway does not go all the way through. You can see the little stop point there. There's no, you can see right there how it stops about halfway through. It's only keyed in the hub. So what you need to do is spin your, pull on your starter recoil and get the keyway in the shaft pointing upwards. That way it's not down here and your little key isn't falling out. So get it flipped over on the top, and then we'll take the little key and we'll set it in there, and then we'll come in and slide the clutch on.